Good morning, student. Today we'll start with the next mode of transport, that is railway. Railway also plays a very important role in the movement of people from one place to another and even for the raw material. It is our country has number of network of railways, especially in the Ganga plain, and everywhere it is, but very less in the northeastern state. Now, railway can connect places from one part of the country to the other part of the country. But there are certain problems that is there because Indian Railway has got three gauges: broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge. Now, these gauge system reduces the number of movement because narrow gauge is mostly used in the hilly region, broad gauge is in the Ganga plain, and meter gauge is the most ideal movement. Now, government is trying to convert all the gauges into meter gauge because that reduces the time of travel. Otherwise, people from coming from the northeastern state or the hilly region, those who are traveling by narrow gauge would come to a certain place. They have to change the train. So all these problems were there. So now the government has started with a general system of meter gauge. Most of the broad gauge and narrow gauge has been converted into meter gauge. Now coming to the advantages of railway. First advantage is the cheapest mode of transport for bulky products. Now bulky products are especially minerals that is needed in the industries. So from transport of coal, which is in large quantity, transport of iron, which is again heavy material, or transport of bauxite, which is a ore, all these need to be transported by railway that can carry to a long distance. So the whole of Chotanagpur plateau, which is very rich in mineral, is supplying raw material to different part of the country with the help of railway. So industrial development depends upon railway. So transportation of bulky raw material like coal and iron can only be done by railway. It is very costly if we take it through the roadways. Now, second is it connects hinterland with the seaport. Now, hinterland means the places which is supplying finished product to the seaport for export. For example, Calcutta is a port and the hinterland is Jamshedpur. So it is the rail is connecting Jamshedpur and Kolkata. It is through railway because Jamshedpur will be supplying raw material to Calcutta for export. So that is called, it connects hinterland to the seaports. Then number 3, helps in industrialization. The country's industrial development is totally dependent on transport of raw material from one place to another. It may be bulky raw material, it can be cotton, it can be any other product, meat product, fish product, it can be which has freezer in it, can be transported to long distance. So it helps in the industrialization. Like for example, Calcutta does not grow any cotton, but the climate of Calcutta is such that it can have industry, cotton textile industry, because of its humidity. So all the places, all the states where cotton is grown, they are supplying cotton to Calcutta or the West Bengal, so that there are industries of cotton textile. So all these can be done with the help of railway. Now, number 4, major employment sector. If you see the number of people employed in railway from the areas of local areas and throughout the country, it is the biggest employer. The railway, Indian Railway is the biggest employer, and that's why we used to have a different budget, railway budget. Now it has become common, but before this it was the railway budget was there, a separate budget, because it is the major employment sector of the country. Number 5, metro railway has given relief to the road congestion. Most of the metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore Hyderabad, all of them are starting with metro railway, which is reducing the congestion on the road. So to reduce the congestion, they have they have started with metro railway, and it is also a cheaper mode of transport for people commuting from one part of the city to the other part of the city. It is also does not it is time it does not consume too much of time, so that is reducing the time of travel, plus it is reducing the congestion. So metro railways are coming up in most of the cities, which is becoming very important. Now, number 6, saves time for the long distance travel. It is all comfortable travel if we are traveling by AC train. It is comfortable. We can go from one part of the country to another part of the country by railway, which is it takes a long distance, which we could cover in 7 days or 8 days, can be done in shorter time because of its fast movement from one place to another. So these are the advantages of railway, but there are certain disadvantages also. So disadvantages are that it is not connecting villages. Most of the villages, and like we had done it in before this video, that road can connect door to door, which is not possible for railway. You have to reach to a certain place where the railway stations are there, and then you can move towards other places. So that is cannot connect very interior part of the country. It cannot be constructed in those areas which have hilly terrain. Like northeastern state, the number of railway lines are very less because of steep slope, because of number of rivers, swift flowing rivers. Construction of bridges becomes very expensive. So there is less number of railway in hilly region, northeastern state or Jammu and Kashmir or the foothill of the Himalaya. Plus the same thing is for those places like desert region, that also does not have too many railways. Now these are the drawback, plus the safety is not there, tracks are not maintained, bridges are not maintained, there is problem of getting reservation in the train. So leading to seeing all these problem, there are certain problem that we do face with the railway, which we can travel by roadways, which is not possible with the railway. So there are certain, but major part is that we have more advantages than disadvantages. Now sometimes the question that comes in the board exam, why the density of railway is more, or why the network of railway is more in the Ganga plain. Now Ganga plain has a flat surface, plus it is agriculturally very important, and third is because it has large density of population moving from one place to another, so railway density is more. Constructing railway tracks on plain land is much easier than constructing railway tracks in the hilly region, and that is the reason why number of railway lines are less in the northeastern state and in Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the type of question, advantages plus disadvantages, and the reasoning question why density of network of railway is more in Ganga plain and less in the northeastern states.